Where the Bead Speaks. By Aidoo. Aidoo. Aidoo, also known as Christina Aidoo, is a Ghanaian author, poet, and playwright born on March 23, 1942 in Salt Pond, Ghana. She was raised in a Fanti royal household. Attended Wesley Girls Senior High School in Cape Coast. Enrolled at the University of Ghana and obtained BA degree in English. In 1964 she wrote her first play, The Dilemma of a Ghost. She was appointed Minister of Education under the Provisional National Defense Council in 1982. Won Commonwealth Winters Prize in 1992 for her novel Changes. She has portrayed the role of African women in contemporary society. Ghana, Where the Bead Speaks. Published in After the Ceremonies, New and Selected Poems in 2017. Illustrates the idea that the bead shapes the lives of contemporary Ghanaians. Gives importance to the culture of the nation and the role of beads as a kind of barometric mirror for day-to-day life in Ghana. Expresses the tradition and the socio-cultural and spiritual practices existed for generation. Summary. Poem is in a first-person narrative and the first line introduces the uncle of the poet who is a prophet. He throws the beads in a way that it dives and curls, and he foretells the sweet happenings and also warns a lot. Considering the past and the future, he states the happenings. The poet says her uncle is giving prophecy by having 1 eye on the past, 4 to the future and 6 to the present situation. The poet also states the mentality of the listeners. They consider him as good when the news was good, and if there is anything evil they will blame the beads. This is the traditional custom which prevailed in Ghana. Next, the poet says about the preparation of these beads. It may be from bones, glass, stones, and also from beaten brass. It is a result of hard labor of the natives who had worked hard to make the beads, which are now more precious than diamonds, opals, and gold. The poet states that the natives had strived hard to develop such kind of bead which is their own traditional culture. The traditional culture is more precious like the bead than that of the Western culture like diamonds and gold. Even though the beads are turned and twisted, they shine with a million of incandescent color and shade. These beads are elegant and enchanting, which frames the days for the festivals and feasts. The poet again states that it is their culture which is giving them the chance to celebrate their nation's important events. The poet asks to give a bead that can provide joy and carry away the grief in her. She says that they will sing of the beads and sing with the beads, as she is producing the creative writing from the culture and with the culture which is showing off their identity. These beads are the core of their joy and a grief zapper when everything in their life fails to prosper. The poet urges the grandmother and grandfather to speak about the beads to her, or to narrate the past glory of the nation. With huge spirit and eagerness, her grandma took a stool and sat on it and asked the poet how much tale she needed to narrate. In praising the culture or to narrate the stories of the beads, the days and hours are not enough. It posses the theme, the thought, and as a property it prospers. As beads plays an important role in the rituals of the natives, the grandma narrates the kinds and purpose of the beads. Koli beads are meant for the infant, which will be tied in the wrist or the waist, whereas white celebrant beads are for mother. Some beads are trained and some are wild as lion's teeth. Grandma says that there are even beads in her waist too. The brides will be decked with golden beads in their hair. Poet says that the lover of an ardent warrior will be oiled clean and powdered like a queen who wears pure silk and ardent thongs along with the golden beads. The lover is waiting for her warrior love, who is brave and now away from the war, and his girdle is free from blood and sweat. Like a king, this warrior is decked with the silver beads in his hair. Beads play an important role in all occasions. Grandma may be stating the wedding of the warrior, where the guests bid farewell to the newly married couple. The beads used to welcome are white, but for farewell it may be black, brown, red, metallic green and indigo, which are worked over and under and polished, tarred and feathered. Beads are the zenith of all great occasions and events, which are cool, calm, colored and are the greatest. These beads are considered to be greater than the chevron. The poet states that all rank and position provided by the colonizers are nothing in front of the culture of the natives. No gold or nothing can replace the beads, even in barter system. The poet considers chevron as a symbol of oppression. She criticizes the slave trade too, as it is stated that 7 men is given for 1 bead, which is torturing the lives of the natives. The great tradition of the natives are ignored and the cheaper attitude is imposed on the natives. The fine strings of the beads sings, dance, jumps and sizzles. The strings of the beads have million tongues to praise the power and amazing things of their tradition and culture. There are very small beads and also large beads which lead the way and announce the activities of the day. The poet says that the nature of the beads is a mystery which is used to deck the humans of the native. She tells that the beads are the doors to heart, spirit's window to the world, and are angels who plead for them. It is their culture, their rituals and customs with beads which bring solace to a sad soul and warmth when they are cold. The poet prays to save them from war, chaos, and strife. Let no kind of calamities, earthquakes, floods, famine or tsunami affect the order of the lives of the people. Like the colors of the rainbow, the beads are there in the earth which is hidden and will be exposed on time and need. The beads are like the phoenix which will come out with shining colors and awesome brightness. Though the tradition and culture is hidden in the ashes of suppression and oppression, it will triumph on time. With the hard labor of billion souls they are mined, man-made wonder, broken and beaten but not left behind. The pure and precious one will never be changed and will be unique and unmatched even if it is traded or tough in trouble. No kind of external activity can spoil the internal spirit of the culture and tradition of the nation. Beads are deserving and are considered to be worthy. Grandma asks some beads to warm her and to present for her kin as a token of love. She says that the beads are the companion of their lives and are the closest friend until the end of their lives. There is a final quest for the grandma that no one must say that there is no beads. She wishes to keep something somewhere as it is rare. It is the need of the time to preserve the culture, the rituals, and also the tradition of the nation to be parted to the new generations to come. The Western system has engulfed the native pillars and pioneers. The poet illustrates the idea that the bead is more than an object in the daily life of the indigenous people. For more videos, like, share, subscribe. Thank you.